It also helps in the development of brands, measuring the performance of the businesses, and promoting brand images. Social media can also be a powerful tool in marketing for consumers who are deciding which business services they want, because there are more options and shop to choose from. So, what came after that? The era of useful data is known as Digital Age 3.0. The growth of social media and e-commerce during the 2.0 era led to enormous expansion of data on every platform, whether social media, web browsers, or businesses like banks, insurance, and retail. They all had a lot of data coming in and out each day, and they can use that information in a useful way. As the saying went, anyone who has a lot of data has a lot of power. Information was captured to analyze consumer demands and create products and services to solve customers' problems. Every organization saw the importance of using big data, but bringing the big data to respond in real time required a cloud system. Cloud computing helps facilitate storage of data, choosing resources according to usage, and allowing people to access information on the cloud from anywhere. Reducing cost and complexity was the main challenge of this era, in addition to increasing speed of service to allow for more business. So, where are we now? We now come in an era in which the intelligence of technology will make various devices able to communicate and work automatically. The technology in the first three eras mentioned are like human links, the technology that helps facilitate, calculate, and processing for human, but without its own brain. In the 4.0 era, the technology has been developed to reduce human role and increase the human potential in using ideas to bypass the limits. Create and develop instinct by using machine-to-machine technology. For example, we can turn electrical appliances on and off in our houses via an application. We can simply say the word shoot to capture a picture on our smartphone automatically without needing to press the shoot button. This is a huge leap forward. As I'm studying and living in Thailand, I agree with bringing technology in to adapt to the way of life in this age. This will help in the matter of convenience, modernity, and learning, so that anyone can access information anywhere, anytime they want, to develop our own potential, improve knowledge, and also to expand the scope of the communication for exchange of ideas with the millions of people on Earth. And in my every single day, I experience using in many new technologies through my smartphone, access for knowledge outside classroom, and I also using the Google Map to go anywhere I don't know, just like finding the way to be here yesterday. These are some of the ways that technology can help the country. To make it happen, we should do everything we can in the way that is appropriate and purposeful. So I say to you, let's go to this destination. We have to move forward, and we will not stop the way that we find for continued progress. Join me in being a part of the development of the country. Through wealth, sustainability, and the unity of the Thai people. We are strong together. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Another 1 minute of silence for the judges to finalize their score. Thank you.
Okay, as the judges have finalizing the score already, so ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the next contestant from Surin Rajabhat University. Please welcome Mr. Tachai Kong.
Good afternoon, judges, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am Chachang Tom. I'm a third-year English major student from Rajabhat University. Today, I would like to give a speech about how can I support the country towards Thailand's 4.0. Studying Thailand's 4.0 is more meaningful than studying normal knowledge. Why? Because it is preparing human beings with clear orientation and plans to prepare the readiness of every person to be able to live a good life, to survive in a society, especially in the student's life. Student needs to be taught good and moral knowledge, as well as skills which are necessary in the 21st century. As being an English teacher in the future and living in Thailand, there are three major things that I can do to help support Thailand towards Thailand's 4.0. First, I will use variety of teaching styles involving technology, so the students will learn and have the ability of various knowledge, and they can integrate the knowledge in a creative way. Also, they can be able to support social need by developing some innovation. 4 years ago, I couldn't even speak English just a sentence. But I learned from Google, YouTube, audiobooks, and many applications that made me realize the importance and advantages of technology. And I really believe that it will really help in my teaching process in the future. Second, I will encourage my students to be able to develop their English ability. As we know, English language is very important for communication with people around the world. So, I will enhance them to improve their macro skills, namely reading, speaking, listening, writing, and viewing. These things will lead them to have a brighter future. And the last one is to focus and aim for the new generation to be able to live in a digital world smartly and to be ready with complete knowledge and a preparation for them to be able to be in a digital world. So I will provide and set up a clear direction and the effective plans to develop the youth in Thailand to have the best quality of life. And if you want to develop our country, we need to develop the young generation first, because they are the main engine to move our country forward. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, learning is the lifelong process, but we can help by joining hands together. So we can achieve the goal and the aim in the 21st century world for sure. I'm telling you that one of the most important things of our lives is time. Time to learn, time to live. So no one is too old to learn. Let's make our country step forward with stability, prosperity, and sustainability. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your speech. We will have 1 minute of silence for judging. I beg all the audiences, please silent. Thank you so much.
Okay, as the judges have done the score finalizing, now let me call for the contestant number 6. Please welcome Ms. Ratanaporn Arora from the Rศ. III University of Technology. Please welcome.
Judges, teachers, and friends. I'm so grateful and honored to be here to speak about, as you are living and studying in Thailand, how can we all support our country towards Thailand 4.0? In the world's current situations, emerge new innovations such as AI, 5G internet, and Bitcoin. All of this great achievement indicate that many countries will align themselves with the advancement of technology, striving for the society of technological advancement. In the light of this regard, will Thailand be able to adapt itself? We can help Thailand towards Thailand 4.0 by doing our own job, focus on what we do. Moreover, we should have an empathy for populace in Thailand, throw our selfishness away and help the underprivileged, and then step to Thailand 4.0 together. Stepping from Thailand to Thailand 4.0 is not just you or me or anybody here, but everybody should step to the development, which is stability, prosperity, and sustainability together without leaving anybody behind. We all can help this by our own hand. The main point of Thailand 4.0 is about innovation, creative thinking, and production efficiency. If these three things can happen and a lot, we will jump off from a medium economy trap to a high economy, which is the right aim of Thailand 4.0. For instance, I'm a student of Suranari University of Technology. I can help by using my English skills to teach the underprivileged by changing a volunteering teaching to business teaching. It says that if you create a charity, one day when you are lack of money, the charity will be over. But if you change into a business, if you continue to make a profit. I'm also studying in an industrial engineering major. In this major, I've learned about business management. I feel interested in doing a startup business. Startup business is a young company that is just beginning to develop. Startups are usually small and initial finance and operated by a handful of founders or one individuals. These companies offer a product that is not being offered elsewhere in the market. Due to the government policies, a new business can make a good income, which can improve the quality of life of a lower income level people and help them to not be stuck in a lower level economy trap. I will begin a startup business with an auto product because it can help and it can help and support the agricultural industry and increase the income to the agriculturists. I will change a traditional economy to a creative economy. A creative economy is an emerging concept dealing with interface between creativity, culture, economy, and technology. In a contemporary world dominated by image, sound, text, and symbols. In Thailand Strategy 3, one of the ideas about creative economy is that to raise and develop a level of man, mind, and creative thinking, to spread out the base of product efficiency, and as well as to create a new income. This all can happen by using a creative economy because it can increase a profit to an entrepreneur and give the additional income for more taxes or charitable contribution that can be distributed to our society. I will also be an entrepreneur who emphasizes about the art of storytelling. So, this is what I think I can do. But, what if you have a very good idea, but you cannot be an entrepreneur? An example of this is about a banana cake producer. He created a very tasty banana cake. He rented a shelf in a very famous shop in Thailand to sell his cake. And his cake was always sold out. Then the owner of this famous shop asked him to sell his business to the owner. Otherwise, his cake won't be on shelf again. So, this case shows that creative thinking is not enough. We should question to ourselves of who we want to fight, not just follow who they aim us to fight. If we don't have a chance in this, how can we jump up from a median economy trap? As we are all citizens, I will not mention only Thai, because Thailand 4.0 is internationals. We all have our own rights. We all have rights in election to make Thailand democracy. When Thailand becomes democracy, people can have a commonwealth. When commonwealth access to everybody in Thailand, people will have a good living levels, good level of economy, and good level of education. These are really important because it can improve the production efficiency. Residents should own the jurisdiction, not just the government. It's in everybody's hands. If we are democracy, the equality will access to everyone. Our creative thinking can be shown. The problem of our education is that we teach our students to have a very creative mind. They can create a lot of innovation, but neglecting about their own rights. This causes the problem to the production efficiency. I think this is the problem that we should look for and teach them to know about their rights, from preschools to graduate. Thailand 4.0 is not just technology, but the qualities of nation personnel. The old rich core we must repair and the road we must improve. Our priorities are education, economic, and government. This trinity will pave our way to Thailand 4.0. I hope everybody will engage more in Thailand 4.0 to improve our nation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your speech. Please give 1 minute of silence for the judges to finalize the score. Thank you.
competitors, please welcome number 7 from Udon Thani Rajaphat University. Please welcome Ms. Ariyapon Rajiv.
Good morning, honorable judges, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ariyapon Rajiv. I'm a second-year student at Udon Thani Rajaphat University. I'm happy to be here today to talk about how can I support toward Thailand 4.0. Let us begin. Recently, we have talked about Thailand 4.0, but what is it exactly and why do we need to know? So, Thailand 4.0 is the new approach and economic model aimed at pulling Thailand out of the middle income trap and pushing the country into a higher income range. Apart from that, there are many possibilities of providing to support toward Thailand 4.0. Firstly, it should involve education. Education has a major role to play in developing our students. Therefore, if you have more education, that is the best way to grant more opportunities in your life. But it does not necessarily mean graduating from a university. So, when they begin working, the knowledge they have already gained through education will assist them to do this. This will help to create a better educated workforce, which will in turn help the economic development of the country. As I can understand from my own experience, a well-educated workforce is very important in developing Thailand 4.0. In my own case, for example, when I was at primary school, I was a very shy person. I did not like to talk with other people because of my limited English and social skills. When the teacher asked me something, I kept quiet and did not reply, nor did I talk much to other people. Now, I make sure that my English and social skills are well developed in any situation. This can be done in an entirety of education. So, what is the traditional farming? It is the original farming method handed down from generation to generation. And a second example, before considering agriculture. So, Thai farmers use traditional farming practices with a time-consuming. My relatives are farmers. They have been farming since I was young. They were happy to go to my uncle's garden every day because they thought this was something available for their life. Even though it did not yield much profit, they were enjoying the traditional ways of doing things. Unfortunately, one of the biggest problems with traditional farming is that it kills life in the topsoil and subsoil, as well as a problem of water shortage, which makes the land unsuitable for crop use. In particular, they have a little knowledge about how to manage crops properly. Therefore, we must try to change the mindset and method to solve the problem. So, in order to improve their life, we should turn to modern technology for help. How can this be done? Technology can help it. not only to increase productivity but also quality of life by allowing monitoring of climate conditions, better cost management, and also improved cattle monitoring, among other things. By accessing the information, knowledge, and thought made available by using technology, innovative approach to agriculture become possible through better control over internal processes such as planning and budgeting, with who result in the lower production, risk, and cost. In summary, a developing country such as Thailand deserves to continue to develop as a major country in terms of economic prosperity and greater social well-being for the population. This can be done in an entirely sustainable way, assisted by appropriate use of innovative technology. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you very much for your speech. We will have 1 minute of silence for judging. I beg all of the audiences, please keep quiet. Thank you so much.
Okay, for the next candidate, number 8 here, please welcome Miss Natana Chai. Thank you. She's from Rajach University. Please give her a big hand, please.
Good morning, judges, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I would like to present you about how can we support the country towards Thailand 4.0. Education in Thailand 4.0 focuses and aims for the new generation to be ready in accomplished knowledge, but it can be a preparation for the people to be accomplished human being. Thailand 4.0 set up a clear direction and a good plan to develop the citizen in Thailand to have a good life, to survive in the society. Especially the student, they must be taught to have both knowledge and morality. Thailand 4.0 or Education 4.0 provide a good teaching that lead the student to have a good knowledge, and they can integrate their knowledge in a creative way. The new technologies have been developed so fast, and our country lead to 4.0 industrial and education production. So, Education 4.0 is very important of our students to develop their own skill in their future. Students should spend their time to learn about diligent, lifelong learning, morality, so they can adjust their life in society. They can work with other people. So, I think if we want to develop to Thailand 4.0, we should start developing the young generations. Students should have knowledge, skills, and they should have lifelong learning habit. I hope you all can learn from my ideas, and I hope my speech can actuate all Thai educators, teachers, students, ladies and gentlemen, to realize the importance of our education. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Please give 1 minute of silence for the judges to finalize the score.
Okay, and the next contestant from University of Technology, please welcome Ms. Tantanop Nuanpotgran. Please welcome.
Under the light of 21st century, many countries have recently rolled out innovation strategies to run the country. The Obama administration unveiled a nation of markers last few years to support Americans to turn ideas and solutions to reality. The United Kingdom has been promoting its design in innovation strategies to support British businesses to innovate better and grow faster. Lastly, South Korea is building a creative economy to an advanced innovation and new engines of growth. Now it's our turn to bring out a new gimmick, an economic model that aims to unlock the country to the next chapter of the world's competition. The government called it Thailand 4.0, but trust me, I had no idea what it was and who was I to do, but who was I to judge? To the best of my knowledge, Thailand government has been inducing the king's philosophy of sufficient economy to run the country to Thailand 4.0. His Majesty King Bhumibol once said on 4th of December 1997, to be a tiger is not important. The important thing for us is to have a sufficient economy. A sufficient economy means having enough to support ourselves. It doesn't have to be complete, not even half, perhaps just a quarter. Then we can survive. Ladies and gentlemen, me as the King's student and a citizen of Thailand, I would like to induce the guidance of His Majesty the King to follow the late King's footsteps on the road he had paved, to mark a teeny little step in supporting my country. I call it the King's philosophy of sufficient economy. It is based on 3 unbelievable principles: moderation, reasonableness, and self-immunity. Moderation within reasons, in the sense of not too much and not too little. To do everything to the best of my ability, whether studying or living, and value having just enough, which means being contented, honest, and not greedy. Most importantly is to stand on my own legs. Reasonableness leads me to make my everyday life choices being justified by ethics, law, justice, and social norms. I am an 18-year-old student who would graduate in the next 4 years and turn into a full-time hard worker dressing in a white uniform. Yes, I will be a nurse, the key to a healthcare system of the nation and the glue that holds the patient's healthcare journey together. If only one of my researches and works can help my people to have a better life, I do not care how hard it's going to be, but I am all in. Last but not least is self-immunity. It stands for the need for built-in resilience against the risk which arise from internal and external changes by having good risk management. It also includes the achievement by having enough savings. And by savings, I am not talking about money, but foreign language. In the current world, we are not alone. The only one way to make contact with others and make them understand the way we are even more is to use the language which is now on its way on becoming the world's universal language. Yes, I am talking about English. Self-immunity also means controlling my anger and learning not to take offense at insults, understanding, appreciating, and value my culture, history, and heritage, but also understanding and respecting the value of other nations and peoples at the same time. In summary, moving toward Thailand 4.0 is more than thinking about what do I have. It's rather how can I use what I have in the most effective ways, especially in the area of creating new things and sustainable development. Nevertheless, whether you are to Thailand 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, or 4.0 categories, please continue to uplift yourself and help others around you, because we are all in the same page, the same value chain. And if we learn and improve together, we can accomplish great things. If one is moderate in one's desert, one will have less craving. If one has less craving, one will take less advantage of others. And if all nations on this concept, I don't mean sufficient economy, but this concept of moderation without being extreme or insatiable in one's desire, the world would be a happier place. Pumipon Adunere. From now on, I have no further questions asking me loud like a crowd in my head if this little girl can support the country to grow faster and higher, because I am doing it. But my question is, are you doing it? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for your speech. Before we will proceed to the next competitors, we will have a 10 minutes break. Thank you.
Okay, see you again at 10:55 here. break for that. And the contestant number 10 is from Udon Thani Rajabhat University. Please welcome Mr. Sukrit Kotoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce myself. My name is Sukrit Kotoy. I'm a third-year student from Udon Thani Rajabhat University. As I am studying English major and living in Thailand, how can I support the country towards Thailand 4.0? I will describe the possible benefits of the use of the innovative technology. The first is to describe how my own ability may develop. The second describes the improved situations of my family. And the last describes the use of the internet to gain new knowledge. Okay, so if you want to support your country, you have to begin with yourself. The first thing that I would do is to develop my ability to give new knowledge to other people. I know that not everyone can study, especially in my hometown, because some families are poor. They prefer to send their kids to school. English is used in many kinds of technologies, such as mobiles, machines, computers. That's why it's very important to learn English. Now, I would like to talk about myself. I have been studying English for 8 years and it's still difficult for me, but I still want to improve it. Although some people in my village know how to use computers, mobiles, and machines, they don't understand some technical words. If we teach English to villagers, 90% of them won't join because it's too difficult. If we teach basic terms which are related to their jobs or careers, it might help them to expand their knowledge. The next point is giving knowledge to my family. I will teach them about the words that are basically used in computers, mobiles, and machines, so they are able to use them. Now, computer skill is very important in our life. When you apply for a job, one important thing that you need is computer skills. I have my own example to tell all of you. I have taught my sisters about basic computing terms. She loves to sketch cartoon characters. Several days after I taught her, she was always in front of the computers. Now, guess what she's doing now? She's trying to create a computer graphic by using computers. It's not easy to draw a picture with a mouse. So, how did you do it so well?